Hello YouTubes, what is up? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy Strem, and we are here with another week of the IBA. This is our team builder for week 6. This week we are going up against the Vancouver Corviknights and SVTornado. Let's get right into it. He is the #1 overall seed so far this season. He has not lost a game yet, and he has a +16 differential for kills. So he is obviously not to be messed with. The Halifax Hitmonchan, that is our team. We are 4-1. We are in second place with a differential of 11, +11. So battle of the Titans this week, if you will. We have Vancouver versus the Gang. We can see, you know, we're in a pretty good spot for playoffs so far. The top 8 teams make the playoffs, these highlighted green, and we are in #2 right now, halfway through the season. So things are looking up. If we go over to the kill leaderboard, our boy Gengar is #1 with 11 kills. Again, hashtag gang. We are up. He has a +8 differential, so he's only died 3 times. That's pretty awesome. Our opponent's Gigantamax captain, the Rillaboom, is #3 in the kill leaders. He has 9 kills with only 2 deaths. So very formidable opponent for sure. And we noticed just that our Lycanroc has 7 kills and his Necrozma has 8. So we both have 2 people on the kill leaderboard. 2 very big threats on both teams. So let's just pop over to his team and check out what we are dealing with. So yeah, like I said, his Gigantamax captain is Rillaboom. You know, very strong physical attacker, sets the grassy terrain for itself, has priority in grassy glide, a lot of things to deal with for sure. He normally runs the weakness policy, but I've also seen him run, you know, the berries that reduce super effective damage. So we don't really know what exactly we're into here. We do have a plan for the Rillaboom, though. I hope it works out. He also has Necrozma, he has Weavile, he has Porygon 2, Slurpuff, Druddigon, Rotom Fan, Hawlucha, Magneton, Quillfish, and Dusknoir. The only Pokemon he has not brought is the Dusknoir. I'm not too worried about that one going into this week, but it is what it is. He could bring it as a little surprise. You know, he brings Porygon 2 and Necrozma every week so far. So these are kind of the main threats we have to deal with. And other than that, you know, he brings Hawlucha pretty often. He does have the Hawlucha Rillaboom synergy where the grassy terrain activates Hawlucha's unburnability. So that would double its speed after it consumes an item. So definitely a lot to look out for. You know, the biggest threats are Rillaboom and Necrozma, but it's tough to deal with Porygon 2 as well. Very, very bulky. I've seen the Druddigon put in a lot of work for him with the rocky helmet and the rough skin, just chipping people down, and we don't have a ton to deal with the Druddigon either. Sometimes he runs Belly Drum Slurpuff, so that's pretty interesting. The Weavile is a Gengar killer, so it's very fast and very strong physically, so you just never know what we're going to deal with. He also has Magneton, which is very similar to our Magnezone. But let's pop over to our team before we get into the team builder just to see what is going on with us. So again, we are 4-1. We have not made a free agent swap or a trade yet. Gengar is our kill leader, followed by Lycanroc, and we have a pretty good mix of everybody we've brought. The only mon we haven't brought to date is OBSTAGOON, but as you'll see very shortly, that changes this week. Yeah. Most of our people have a positive kill differential. Actually, not really. We're pretty much carried by Gengar and Lycanroc Dusk at this point. And Scyther has 3 kills for only coming to 2 games, which is pretty good. So let's get right into the team builder then. Why not? Why waste time? Let's show you what we're bringing this week. We are bringing Randall, the OBSTAGOON. I don't know why his moves aren't in here, but let's go with Knockoff. We're going to run Facade. Oop, not Scary Face. Facade, there it is, and we are running Obstruct. So the ideal with OBSTAGOON, we are running max speed, max physical attack with 4 in HP and a jolly nature to be as fast as we can be. We're running the Flame Orb with the Guts ability. For those who don't know, Guts, when you are status conditioned, improves your attack by 1.5 times. So it's basically running a choice band with the ability to change your moves and use things like Protect or Obstruct. I think the ideal with OBSTAGOON here is to lead with him and just put on the pressure immediately. There are not a lot of great switch-ins to OBSTAGOON as is, and his team in particular does not have many. OBSTAGOON is really great against the likes of Necrozma, for sure. With close combat, it beats Porygon 2. And just, again, not a lot of switch-ins into this thing. This owns Dusknoir. It can do a lot of damage to the Quillfish and the Rotom Fan. So the idea is to get in a favorable matchup and then just fire off facades and knockoffs and close combats. So we're going to put the pressure on immediately with OBSTAGOON. I think, you know, he won't necessarily expect it because we haven't brought OBSTAGOON yet. And then to lead with it would be pretty cool. Next up, we are bringing Pops, the shiny sock with the choice scarf and sturdy. This is pretty well the same sock set we've run to date. We're running close combat, knockoff, poison jab, and actually facade this time in case he wants to do some will-o-wisp shenanigans on us. We're running max speed, max attack, 4 in HP, and jolly. Sock is to do with the Porygon 2 and the Weavile primarily. It also deals with the Magneton with close combat, and with the knockoff, it can deal with Dusknoir too. So again, just a fast physical attacker. Where he's scarfed, he outspeeds a lot of things. If the Weavile is not scarfed, we do outspeed a max speed Weavile. So we can revenge kill pretty easily there. The knockoff for the Necrozma is great. Also, just knocking off items in general against his team will be pretty good. Like the Eviolite on Magneton or Porygon 2. You know, Black Sludge, the weakness policy on Rillaboom, things like that. Even Necrozma typically runs weakness policy, so if we can knock that off, a lot of these mons would be great. And yeah, he just gives us a Scarfer that can revenge kill and threaten like max speed mons, you know, or mons, slower mons with speed boosts. He'll be really great, I think. Poison Jab is also for the Slurpuff. Next up, we are bringing Tink, the shiny Magnezone. This week we're actually running a different Tink. We are running max defense, max HP, so we're running tanky with 4 in special attack and the bold nature, so max physical defense all the way, with the sturdy ability just in case we get hit with an earthquake or something that we don't like. We are running the Chople Berry, so what the Chople Berry does is halves the damage from a super effective fighting type attack. So this is to counter the Hawlucha. We can revenge kill the Hawlucha this way. It can't really touch us if we have our Chople Berry intact. So, and a Thunderbolt or Volt Switch pretty much OHKOs the Hawlucha. This also just, if anything's running close combat, like the Druddigon or the Weavile typically runs low kick. Focus Blast from the Necrozma. The Chople Berry could come in handy if the Rillaboom has Drain Punch, things like that. We're also running Body Press for the Porygon 2 with T-Ball, Flash Cannon, and Volt Switch. Pretty standard, I think. Normally we run a fast Magnezone. This week we're running a physically defensive Magnezone. Most of the threats on his team are physically offensive. A few things like Rotom Fan, Necrozma can be run special, but sometimes he runs the Dragonette set. And Magneton are special, but other than that, like the big threats like Hawlucha, Weavile, Slurpuff, and Druddigon are physical attackers, especially Rillaboom. Next up, on that same note, we are running a Max Phys Def Tangrowth. Jesse Shiny with the Regenerator ability, knock off Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Protect. This is primarily our Rillaboom counter, so we are running the Cobra Berry, which has the damage taken from a super effective flying attack. So if Rillaboom decides to max flying move on us, we can tank that really, really well. I think it does like around 20% or less than 20% damage to Tangrowth. So then we knock off the weakness policy, and then we start firing off Sludge Bombs. We should be able to live 2 or 3 max airstreams if all goes well. So yeah, that's what's up there. At least we could stall out the G-Max. I mean, Rillaboom is obviously very difficult to deal with, but Tangrowth is as good as answer as we'll get. Maybe we can get a poison off with the Sludge Bomb, but the most important thing is to knock off that weakness policy first, so we don't give him any unnecessary boosts. Yeah, and again, we're just running knockoff for like everything else. I think knockoff is really good against this team. Obviously, we don't want this thing in against Weavile. We don't want this thing against Rotom Fan. or typically Halifax, but we can, it deals with a lot, and it definitely answers the Rillaboom. Next up, we are bringing Carco, the Life Orb, Lycanroc Dusk. Tough Claws ability. Obviously, we're running max speed, max attack with 4 in defense, and actually an adamant nature this week. With Excel Rock, Close Combat, Sucker Punch, and Play Rough. So the reason we're running the Life Orb over the Choice Band is because we have really great coverage this week, and if he decides to switch in, we don't want to be locked into the same move for every Mon. So with Close Combat, you know, it hits the Weavile and the Porygon really hard. The Excel Rock hits the Halifax and the Rotom Fan really hard. And the Close Combat also hits the Magneton really hard. So if he thinks we're banded, he might try to switch into an Excel Rock or something. Or, you know, like say he switches in Druddigon, we can then Play Rough and do big damage on the Druddigon. Or if it's the Porygon 2 as his switch in, we can then Close Combat without having to switch out or overpredict anything with the Choice Band. We're also running Adamant because his max speed Mon, Weavile, always outspeeds us. So does Halifax in Unburden. So we can run Adamant and still outspeed max speed, Timid, and Jolly things. So there's no reason to run Jolly for sure. That being said, the same thing is with IMAC. Once again, gang. This is our Gigantamax Captain Gengar. We are running the Colberberry this week, which halves the damage taken from a super effective Dark attack. So there is a pattern here. He has a lot of super effective coverage on us, particularly the Weavile. If we're not running the Colberberry, we actually die to a Choice Banded knockoff. While we're Dynamax, it's an Oko. So if we're running the Colberberry, we live. So that's the idea there. And then we can revenge kill the Weavile with a max fighting move or a Focus Blast or something like that. We're running Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Dazzling Gleam, and Focus Blast. This is pretty great coverage for his whole team. We're running max speed, max special attack, Modest this week. It's the same reason as we're running Adamant on the Lycanroc. Modest, we don't really need to be timid to outspeed anything. And even if we are timid, we don't outspeed a max speed Weavile or Halifax. So, the Dazzling Gleam is for the Druddigon, the Sludge Wave is for the Slurpuff and the Rillaboom. The Max Phantasm is good for the Dusknoir, and the Max Fighting move is good against the Porygon, Weavile, and Magneton, same as everybody else. So we have a lot of similar coverage. I feel pretty good against this. We might not have the best Necrozma answers if OBSTAGOON goes down, but OBSTAGOON does naturally outspeed Necrozma, so I feel pretty good about that. I'm hoping he doesn't expect the OBSTAGOON to come, and I'm hoping even more that he doesn't expect we lead it. Now, that being said, we may not lead it. Who knows? It really depends on what comes and what doesn't. I'm expecting kind of a Druddigon lead. If that's the case, we can always lead Carco and just get a Play Rough up right away. We're kind of really banking on our plan this week. We're running Choppleberry, we're running Colberberry, and we're running the Colberberry. So a lot of things like hopefully to catch him off guard. Just covering our bases on the super effective attacks. I found that the specs and the Choice Band and other typical items like leftovers weren't really providing as much value as these berries were this week. So we'll see how it goes. I know for a fact the Colberberry, the Rillaboom cannot hit Tangrowth super hard as long as we have that Colberberry. So really banking on that. But I think that's going to be it for this video. If we win this match, we still could be in second place. He has a +5 on us on differential, so we would have to basically 5-0 him to tie him for first place, but hopefully that is not the case. Hopefully we can pull through, and hey, if we 6-0 him, we get #1 place. The main priority here is just to get the win, though. So if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like. That's going to be it for this one. Comment, let me know what you think of our squad, and subscribe, of course, if you are new, if you are into more Draft League content. I love you guys very much. Peace.